How you doing today, guys? I got this XPremium here. I got a giant size battery pack on the back of this thing to add to the batteries that are already on the bike. This bike's got tremendous range. I can go out probably, I don't know, I've gone 61 miles. I had almost 3/4 of the battery left. So I could probably do a good, I don't know, 150 miles round trip before the batteries are all dead. Maybe one of these days I'll do that. But you'll never know if you don't subscribe to my channel and you don't hit that bell icon, because that bell icon is going to let you know when I do the 150-mile trip on this thing, and then you'll know for sure whether I did it or not. So do me a favor, hit that bell icon, hit the subscribe. I'm a new YouTuber out there. I'm trying to do videos for you guys. I'm trying to show you guys how to do stuff, and I do ride-alongs too if you want to watch that. All right, guys. This is my my XPremium here. Done a lot of things to this bike. There was a guy on Facebook the other day that said he hasn't seen anybody with an XPremium that's really done anything with it, so I figured I would video this bike. I haven't done anything really crazy with it. Obviously, the fenders I painted on this thing, and the decals, I do the decals myself. They're I have a decal maker, so I make them up. So I like to, you know, make it look pretty cool. So the seat is a Cloud 9 seat on there. Suntour suspension seat post. I have the Cloud 9 seat on it, and this is my favorite Cloud 9 seat. I have this on 4 bikes now. The rack on the back is factory. These additional wires here are for a battery pack that I run on the back. I can run 86 point, well, not with this one because it's got a smaller battery in the front, but it's 80, I don't know, 4.3, something like that, amp hours of, so I can go pretty much anywhere with this. So anybody that doesn't know these bikes, this is a mid-drive bike, so it means that the all the power is coming from here. The motor's actually in this box here. So there's no hub motor on this bike. It's a regular axle on the back of this thing. I chose to put my lock here because there's no good place to put these locks. This is a upgraded battery on it. I did, when they had them, I bought the long range battery. So that one's a 14.4 amp hour. I think the main battery is like a 10-hour battery. I did upgrade the tires on this bike. These are a little bit thicker tire. I get these off a guy on eBay. If anybody's interested, I'll leave the link on that too. Anything on this, I'll try to leave the links on. This is a rad light. I know, you know, people, it's a little bit brighter. I'm not going to say it's the answer, but none of these lights on these bikes are any freaking good. So, so this is a David brand new setup on it. This is his bars, this is his stem. I did change this out because I wanted the bar up a little bit more to make it more comfortable for me. I'm 63 years old and I want to be riding, you know, with my back straight up. So like I said, this is a David brand new bar. These are fantastic. Look him up. It's davidbrandnew.com. He's on Facebook all the time, on the Lectric site also. You're going to like these bars if you change them out. And they look so much better, man. The bars that are on it look like a giant giraffe neck or something, you know. I got a lot of stuff on here. I got a light. I got another light that goes on here. I got a Garmin that I put on here. And this is my trail bike. I take it usually on the trails, but it hits the road once in a while. So I changed out the grips. I got the blue theme on it, so there. I got the mirror on it. The bell also has a air tag in this bell, so I can GPS where the bike is. This is a Etsy find. People always ask me where I get them. It's Etsy. If you want to know where that is, I'll leave a link to that too. It's got the bar extender on it. Gives me a couple more things I could put on it. This is just pepper spray, you know. Get a dog chasing you. Again, last thing I'd ever want to do is blast a dog, but it's there in case I need to. I changed the half throttle over to a Thumb throttle, much better. I can't stand a throttle that you got to twist at all, whether it be half or full. I don't like it. So I changed the pedals on this bike also. So they're a much bigger pedal. They're aluminum. They've got real grips on them, so you kind of stick right to it. And like I said, this is the David brand new. So he's got this thing so you can still fold it, you know. But it looks so much better. I can't even begin to tell you how much better it looks. So anybody that wants to do some customizing to this bike, order these bars, man, because it's just so much better. Guys, here it is. So this is with the battery packs on. So again, I got the same basket as what I have on my Expedition. So I can move it over to this bike. I showed you the wires earlier on the bike. So these are, this is a 28.8 battery pack. This is a 28.8 battery pack. This is just my tool bag in the middle. It keeps it all together. I have in this pouch here, which moves from bike to bike, it has two. This right here is a transformer to have, so I can have USB ports on the bike, so I can charge my phone and stuff. But I have two battery balances in here. So there's two of these battery balances in this bag. So it all ties in with this line here. So I took the mount off the bike, I spliced the wire into it, so you have to have the wire going from the bike motor up to here, and then from the battery up to here, and then they connect through the battery balances into the whole system, or I just plug the wire together just to run the factory batteries on the bike. But this gives me a ton of range on the bike. I used to only run one. I had to buy the second battery for another project I was doing. If you guys saw the green super bike that I built, I used these two batteries in that bike, so you know, I could put both batteries on, kind of balances out the back a little bit better, and I got super range on it. I took the Expedition on a 61-mile hike on Monday, and the Expedition ended up coming back with almost 3/4 of the batteries left after 60 miles. So you can imagine I can get up around their claimed range of 150 miles, but I'm running a lot more amp hours. But I'm also in New Hampshire, and you know, we got a lot of hills up here, nothing straight, so it just consumes batteries. Plus I haul. If I'm on my road bike, which is my Expedition, I got that thing, I don't know, 25 to 35 at all points, for crying out loud. So you're gonna go fast, you're gonna eat battery. You know, if you want to putt around, you're not going to eat as much. So I mean, I know some people probably, you're crazy having all this battery. I probably am, but for me it works. So I don't mind. I got another bike coming. It's not not electric bike. It's a different brand. It has an internal battery, very much like this battery is internal. So, and it doesn't have the option for a second one. It's also a bike that really doesn't have a place like this to put an additional battery. So I've bought a battery pack for that. It's a 52 volt system, so I'm out of the 48 volts with that bike. It does come, the factory battery on it's a 20 amp hour battery to start with, so it's quite a beefy battery. I have an additional battery that I'm going to put on that's going to fit right into one of these bags. It's a square battery. I'll show you the whole, that's a whole different story, but I'm going to do a video on it. So if you guys want to know how to put a battery in a bike, it's really simple. I mean, I know no one wants to cut into these, and I get it. I mean, but you take this mount off, you're dealing with a red wire and a black wire, and you're going to cut that wire. Don't try to take it off the pins, because I can tell you, I initially tried to take it off the pins, and you got to heat the thing up so much because you're dealing with big wire here. You know, you're dealing with a minimum of 12 wire. I got another bike that I got 15 watt motors on, so I'm dealing with 10 wire on that one, but you got to put a lot of heat to solder them. So I suggest cutting the wires, and like I said, you've got to take the wire that's coming here, and it's got to go into this pack here. Then you've got to bring another wire back down to the battery, and you hook it up to the battery itself. But that motor wire will go up here. I actually don't have this thing hooked up. I just threw it on here to show you guys. So I'll show you. So this is what I've got. So, and everything hooks to it. It looks complicated, but these plugs only go on one way. So the battery packs, when they come out of the battery packs, they only fit in here, and the other sides are a different plug. So you can't really screw it up when you plug them together. Okay, that's going to wrap the video for today. I hope you learned something today. I hope I taught you something. That's why I'm making these videos. If I didn't tell you something and you want to know it, leave it in the comments. I check all the time. I'll let you know. I'll give you that answer. If I have to make another video to answer it for you, I'll do that too. So guys, subscribe, hit that bell icon. I thank you. Have a good night.